Hey, what's up? I'm X. And I'm a collection logger in RuneScape. When you're a collection logger in RuneScape, it means that you're going to have to do every bit of content that this game has to offer, which also likely means you're going to run into every type of person that this game has to offer. And believe me, that is for better and for worse. See, RuneScape is full of wonderful people. Honestly, I've met some of the kindest and most welcoming people I've met anywhere. I'm sure many of you have come across really genuinely helpful and wonderful people in this game and have hopefully created lasting bonds and friendships for years to come. As I'm sure you've quickly realized, this also comes with a good amount of shitheads. And we are talking about toxic PKers, scammers, lurers, botters, and the topic and the reason that you clicked this video, crashers. I hate crashers. You hate crashers. It's a pretty universal thing. A crasher, for those of you who do not know, is somebody who joins an activity that you're doing that you did not invite. Or somebody who takes your boss, your corp beast that you've been lowering the defense of, the rock that you're mining, whatever. Or somebody who just stands next to your urinal despite there being 30 others available. It's annoying. Now, some people do it out of necessity. They just need to find a world to do something so that they take yours. Some people do it just to be annoying. They thrive on the anger that they get in the response. And in the case that you're about to see, they do it for profit. So myself and a couple friends were at Bandos, and we had been there for a decent amount of time. We had hopped a bunch of worlds to find this free one, and we were here for about an hour, when suddenly, someone logged into the room, holding a Void Waker. And that's never a good sign. They immediately started specking Grardor trying to get the kills. Now this is nothing new. The respawn timer at God Wars for the bosses is really long, so much so that it's actually advantageous for crashers to hop through people's worlds and just snag kills and leave than to actually do it themselves. Even the rank 1 Bandos guy does this, and he's very proud of it. If any of you have ever been to Bandos, you've probably been crashed by him multiple times. So what do you do in this situation? As the average player, do you A, leave? B, flame them and make it worse? I promise you it will always make it worse because then they'll have a reason to stay. C, try to get them killed somehow. Or D, try to reason with them and get into the mind of a crasher that you have never understood. Well, if you're insane, or me, you might have picked D. So while this guy was in the room, I was curious. And I'm always curious. And so I ask, and I always ask, I say, why do you crash? And he didn't really give much of an answer. He kind of got defensive. I feel like most crashers are used to people calling them really, really horrible things, so he was ready to just respond angrily. But I wanted to assure him that he wasn't getting under my skin. He wasn't making me angry. I genuinely was just curious, like how people do decide to do it. And the reason that I get so curious is that people know that what they're doing is a bad thing, but they still do it. So I've always been curious, like how do you come to the conclusion that you're still just gonna do it? And while it was an incredibly, incredibly weird thing to ask, I was curious if he would get in a call with me on Discord and give me some insight. Now I was fully expecting him to say no, but he didn't. This is so weird. Hello?
Yo.
Hey. Sorry, this is weird.
Yeah, no, definitely weird.
No, I've never tried to like interview anybody, let alone, anyways, I have been crashed like a billion times, as I am sure you have as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
So you know how it feels then. Okay, so that gets us into our I just have a couple questions. They're not really that well prepared, so I'm just kind of on the fly, but good starting question. Why do you do it? Why do you crash?
Turn off. This is like a real interview. Okay,
yeah,
sure.
Sort of. It's like it's sort of on the fly, but yeah.
Right, yeah. Okay. So I don't know. Like, I wouldn't call myself a crasher exactly. Like, I guess I do it, but I don't know. It's a weird thing to call yourself, right?
Yeah.
But I guess I got into it because someone did it to me, and I figured there was probably a reason why they were doing it.
Did you find out what that reason was? Like, I guess you must have because you still crash. Was it a good reason? Like,
Yeah, so like it's funny and it's profitable, especially at God Wars. God Wars takes fucking hours to see anything. So this way it only takes like 30 seconds per roll instead of what, like 2 minutes?
yeah, it's like a minute and 30 seconds or
Yeah, no, I ain't waiting on all that. Plus, like I said, it's funny. People will say the most vile shit to you, so it's funny to see what they come up with. I hear a lot of, oh, you probably live in your mom's basement, loser, reject, get a life, stuff like that. And they get muted from the shit that they say to me, so it's hilarious.
So they don't bother you at all? Like none of the stuff that they say?
Who, like the people?
Yeah, like the comments that they say? Like the people? I don't know. Can anybody say anything that like bothers you, like gets under your skin when you do it, or?
No, not really. I just find it funny more than anything these days.
Okay. Is there anybody that you don't crash?
Yeah. I mean, there's some people I physically can't out DPS, so I'll just end up leaving those guys. And for the most part, I personally don't like to crash people in like really shitty gear. Like a couple of dumbasses in Rune or whatever. I know a lot of people do crash those guys, but I try not to like ruin their experience, you know?
Yeah.
Iron Men, though, they can get fucked. Those are the funniest ones.
Yeah. Okay. So that is the most normal thing I've ever heard. So you sound pretty normal overall. I was fully expecting you to be like antisocial troll Redditor type and like come in here and like be a shithead, but it's been pretty normal. Like okay, can I ask, who are you in the world? Like not specifically obviously, but like what do you do? Like do you have hobbies or anything, like job, you know?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously I'm not gonna tell you my name or whatever, because I don't know
that's
how
okay.
many there are out there. I'm actually a software developer for an online distributor, so I do a lot of working from home. Do you want to know like my age and shit?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, that would be great.
So I'm freshly 25 as of 2 weeks ago, I think, maybe 3.
Oh, happy late birthday.
Hey, thanks. So, yeah, I'm 25, software developer. I'll say I am from the West Coast. I am a white guy, not like a fat guy like everyone's probably thinking. I don't know. I'd say I'm pretty normal overall, I think.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No, not at the moment. But hey, if there's anyone out there,
yeah, if anybody wants to date, our bachelor here, just let me know, and I'll forward over the Discord stuff. We'll get this we'll get this set up.
Yeah, thank you.
So do you crash stuff that isn't Bandos? Like I don't know, like Wintertot or whatever. Like, and have you what's the profits like? Is it? I have to imagine it's good.
Yeah, just Bandos. I don't really go out of my way to do it everywhere, but I will if I have to, or if there's a lot of money to be made. So far, I've probably made like 3 bill, I think.
3 bill just from Bandos only?
I know I bought my Torva and Shadow with this, so yeah, probably like 3 bill sounds about right.
So what do you do when you're not at Bandos then? Like what do you do in the game?
I do a lot of Tob. I do a lot of like Tob speedrunning stuff with some of my other buddies, but they aren't crashers, so don't worry.
Okay. I was worried about the Tob community at large. Yeah, I think I'm out of questions, honestly. It was a good time to talk to you though, and thanks for not being a weirdo about it. And thanks for agreeing to talk to me.
No worries, man. It was fun. Sorry for crashing you.
No, listen, dude. I guess it's just part of the business.
Yeah, for sure. Take it easy, man.
You too, dude. Thanks again. What the fuck? Dude? That's so weird. So, I wasn't fully expecting him to be a normal person, capable of making sentences, but he was. And it's not a glamorous profession, but it seems to be the way of life for some of these guys, which is what we assumed that it was. I mean, a lot of people just enjoy the reactions that they get, as well as the money. It's dinner and a show. So, what's the takeaway for all this? Jagex should let us reduce the spawn timers in the God Wars dungeon. This is only a half joke. Listen, the likelihood I'll be able to convince a stranger to get in Discord with me is pretty low, but we'll have more fun stuff out soon, and if you want to support me, the best way to do it is please subscribe and like, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.